Brought to you by...
There are some of us in life who are just as introverted as they come. We keep to ourselves, stand down from our oppressors, back down from confrontation, and live with underlying regret throughout our entire lives, speaking very much from experience. Then there are those who have had enough, those who are only willing to be pushed so far to the edge before they take action, dousing the whole fucking world in kerosene and burning it all down in a violent, unspeakable rage. Which do you think you are? Do you ever worry about your privacy online? Take your online security to the next level with NordVPN. Your digital life deserves the best protection, and NordVPN delivers. Whether you're browsing, managing passwords, or storing files, they've got you covered. Say goodbye to malware, trackers, and intrusive ads. Enjoy a seamless security experience every time you go online. No more forgotten passwords or endless resets. Their premium password manager generates autofills and securely stores all of your credentials. Backup, sync, and share files securely with NordLocker, your personal encrypted cloud storage. Your data stays private always. Choose the perfect plan and enjoy comprehensive protection for all aspects of your online life. And right now, you can get started with 72% off NordVPN with a 30-day money-back guarantee by using the link in the description. Stay secure, stay private, stay in control. Get NordVPN today. Hello, friends, and welcome back to ETF. Directed by Carter Smith and starring Kyle Gallner and Johnny Berchtold, The Passenger is an unsettling dive into trauma, repression, and survival. This psychological thriller combines intense character dynamics with an intimate exploration of guilt, identity, and the destructive allure of violence. The film is part road movie, part character study, with chilling undertones that linger long after the credits have rolled. The story follows Randy, a meek fast food worker whose life is upended when his coworker Benson commits a shocking act of workplace violence. What begins as a horrifying act transforms into a hostage-like situation as Benson forces Randy on a road trip, making him confront long-buried secrets and fears. Throughout their tense journey, the film deftly balances brutal reality with moments of psychological catharsis. As with many of his recent performances, Kyle Gallner shines as Benson, delivering a terrifying yet layered performance. His portrayal of a volatile, menacing antagonist is underpinned by a strange charisma and vulnerability. Gallner's ability to oscillate between outward rage and quiet introspection makes Benson more than just a villain. He's a tragic figure shaped by his own unresolved pain. Johnny Berchtold, on the other hand, brings a compelling arc to Randy. His timid demeanor, initially frustrating, transforms into a nuanced portrait of someone reclaiming agency over his life. Berchtold captures Randy's growing sense of self, with a subtlety that complements Gallner's fiery performance. We spend only a few minutes getting to know Bradley, Benson, and the rest of the schmucks that work at this quaint little fast food joint in town, before suddenly Gallner literally kicks the fucking plot into full gear with both barrels. The pairing of these two characters is kismet, a timid, mild-mannered young man who has never taken a stand for himself in his life, paired with someone pushed so far to the edge that he is willing to do and say all of the things that we all have always wished we could. Carter Smith's direction is claustrophobic and gritty, reflecting the suffocating emotional world of the characters. The road trip backdrop becomes a metaphor for their psychological journeys, each stop on their path unearthing another layer of their damaged psyches. The desaturated palette and tight framing emphasize the bleakness of their circumstances, while moments of open landscapes evoke fleeting glimpses of freedom. The The film's tone oscillates between dread and introspection. While the violence is shocking, it never feels gratuitous, instead serving the narrative's psychological depth. The pacing, however, may feel uneven to some, particularly in the second act, where the tension dips as the film delves into exposition-heavy moments. These quieter scenes, while necessary for the character development, occasionally slow the film's momentum. The focus on Randy's transformation and Benson's tragic backstory give the film emotional weight. Gallner's chilling, multidimensional portrayal is a standout. The film handles these topics with nuance, allowing for moments of uncomfortable reflection. The slower second act detracts slightly from the film's otherwise sharp tension. The supporting cast is underutilized, leaving some narrative threats unresolved. At its core, The Passenger explores themes of repression, identity, and the consequences of violence. Benson's chaotic actions force Randy to grapple with his passivity, leading to a powerful, if disturbing, journey to self-discovery. The film examines how unchecked trauma can manifest in destructive ways, both internally and externally. The dynamic between the two leads is the heartbeat of the film. While their relationship starts as one of dominance and submission, it evolves into a complex interplay of mentor and mentee, predator and prey. Benson's insistence on Randy confronting his demons serves as a mirror for his own unprocessed pain. The film examines how unresolved trauma shapes individuals and drives their actions. Benson embodies the destructive power of unaddressed pain. His violent tendencies stem from his own inner turmoil, suggesting that his external brutality is a manifestation of his suppressed emotions. Randy represents the opposite reaction to trauma: repression and avoidance. His inability to stand up for himself or confront his past creates a life marked by submission and fear. Together, they portray two extreme reactions to suffering: outward aggression and inward suppression. To conform to societal expectations or to escape their pain. Throughout the film, Benson forces Randy to confront aspects of his identity that he has long suppressed, including his guilt over past actions and his failure to assert himself. The road trip becomes a metaphor for Randy's journey towards self-acceptance and reclaiming agency. Both characters struggle with the gap between their public personas and their inner realities. The violent circumstances of the story strip them down, exposing raw, unfiltered truths about who they are. Violence begets violence, and the film explores how cycles of harm perpetuate themselves. Benson's actions reflect his own victimization, highlighting how unaddressed abuse or trauma can ripple outward, harming others. Randy's eventual confrontation of his own capacity for violence suggests that no one is immune to these cycles, even the seemingly innocent. The evolving relationship between Benson and Randy is defined by shifting power dynamics. Initially, Benson exerts total control over Randy, using intimidation and fear. This dominance mirrors how Randy has allowed others to dictate his life. As the film progresses, Randy begins to reclaim control, challenging Benson's authority, and in turn, his own internalized helplessness. This dynamic serves as a microcosm of larger themes about agency and power struggles inherent in human relationships. The narrative questions whether redemption is possible, particularly for those who have caused harm. While Benson is the antagonist, the film presents him as a deeply flawed and tragic figure. His actions, though unforgivable, are rooted in his humanity, raising questions about whether he can, or even wants to, find redemption. Randy's arc is one of self-discovery and empowerment, but it comes at a great cost. By embracing his darker impulses, he risks losing the innocence that once defined him. Beneath its violence, The Passenger is a story about the need for understanding and connection. Benson's twisted mentorship of Randy reflects his desperate attempt to make someone understand his pain, even if his methods are quite destructive. Randy, in turn, begins to find a distorted sense of purpose through his interaction, suggesting that even in toxic dynamics, people seek bonds to define themselves. One of the film's key messages is about the dangers of inaction in the face of adversity. Randy's passivity is shown to have tangible, harmful consequences, not just for himself, but for those around him. Benson acts as a catalyst, forcing Randy to recognize that failing to act, whether out of fear or apathy, can lead to just as much destruction as overt aggression. The Passenger weaves these themes into a tense, character-driven story, creating a narrative that is as thought-provoking as it is unsettling. The interplay of trauma, identity, and power drives its emotional core, making it a compelling study of the human condition under extreme circumstances. This is an engrossing, if bleak, psychological thriller that leans heavily on its characters and themes. While it doesn't try to reinvent the genre, it's a powerful exploration of how trauma and guilt shape who we are. Punctuated by standout performances, the film's unsettling questions about morality and survival linger, making it a thought-provoking watch for those willing to confront its dark truths. Well, friends, that's going to be all for now. If you like this video, as always, I urge you to check out this film for yourself. It is available on Netflix, and if there is a physical release, I'll link it down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more content, and if you really want to help support this channel, please come find us on Patreon. Until next time, stay safe. Don't hold back until your emotions boil over. And as always, thanks for watching.